oh my god, this thing is like so powerful, this thing is like huge, like so much water is, and then like a huge nasty, like shopping cart or something like tumbles by. The Missouri River, that's the reason why this city is founded. The Missouri River, that's the reason why this city is founded. Me moving to Kansas City, like, I didn't need to know that there was like a river. It didn't matter at all. I don't even remember how I ended up at Cobb Point. It didn't matter at all. I went to this historic reenactment. They were doing the Lewis and Clark thing, and that was my first experience with anything like that, and it was so wild. In May, I'm going to be driving the Lewis and Clark Trail all the way from St. Louis to Oregon, and not just looking at Lewis and Clark in sort of a celebratory way. I'm collaborating with five different writers throughout the country along the trail to sort of rewrite those historic markers, and not just looking at Lewis and Clark in sort of a celebratory way. The project that I'm working on right now sort of relates to the Missouri River, but specifically to Lewis and Clark. Lewis and Clark were basically hired to go survey the land, really in hopes of finding a pathway, a water pathway, to get to the west coast. They didn't find it, obviously. So I'm going to drive the trail and install these plaques at these different cities. I'm also going to be picking a ton of flowers and plants. And so I have this like large wooden botanical press, and I'm going to be collecting different plant life that is native to the different regions. And that is in some ways sort of a reenactment of what Lewis and Clark were doing. For me, I wanted to make this map that shows the Lewis and Clark Trail, that shows all of the native tribes and native nations and groups that they encountered along the way. The native history is like always overshadowed. People who were living on the land had an incredible amount of knowledge. I think like the most famous example would be like the Three Sisters, which is when you plant corn and then you plant beans next to it, and then go up the corn stalk, and then you plant squash on the ground and it covers the ground floor. Those three plants rely on each other, and there's like a really deep history in this city. Of course, there are native people here. The Missouri River is just so much more complex than is usually given credit for.